I didn't grow up a Christian. Yeah, I wouldn't have said I had a faith at all growing up, actually. I guess it was sort of secondary school that I started thinking about it a little bit more. I was really interested in RS as a sort of student and liked the debate side and the arguments, but at that point in my life I always took the sort of atheist stance, and that's what I'd always argue, and I thought I knew everything and I thought I was confident in the belief that God definitely wasn't real at that point. So I came to Birmingham in 2017 to study medicine at university here, just living my normal, typical student life of going out, probably drinking far too much alcohol, making reckless decisions. And then like one day woke up and I was like, you know what, I really fancy being in a church. Like I just want to be in church. And then it was one Sunday, we'd been out the night before and I got this text through, and it was my friend Sophie, and she'd said, "Hi Kat, look, I know that you mentioned you might want to go to church. I'll be at Gas Street tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you want to come, we'd love to see you there." So walking through Gas Street front doors for the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, it's quite big. And there was those people and I was like, oh, brownies, tea, brilliant, sign me up, I'm here. So there were loads of students, and so just loads of people really friendly and just coming up and saying, hi, welcome to Gas Street. And actually, even that first time I went to Gas Street during the worship, I remember tears pouring out of my eyes. And my friend Sophie prayed for me, and firstly I was feeling like my hands trembling and my arms were shaking, and I was like, this is really weird. Like, what have they put in the air in this building? What's going on? And I just felt this like rush of emotion, and all of the worries I'd had, all of those things just sort of melted away, and I just stood in the moment and was just completely overcome with emotion. And I was just like, no, let's stand and think about how I felt. And I was like, I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel really loved. Even if I don't fully know what's happening, even I now am very much at the point of being like, well, it has to be God, there's nothing else that's making this happen. This is what they're telling me about. Like, the person on stage has just stood and spoken about this person who loves me unconditionally. And I was like, wow, it's him. It's him. What I feel now is him. It makes sense. What they're saying is what's happening. And yeah, that was just incredible, that moment. And someone was like, oh, we have student gatherings, which is just the students on a Tuesday. And then I started going on a Tuesday and loved it. And anyone who's been to Gas Street Students will know that it's almost impossible to not have fun at Gas Street Students. And there was food, and there was games, and there was Bible teaching. I still wanted some of those more sort of scientific, evidence-based answers. So I signed up for Alpha, met this awesome bunch of people, and I just really enjoyed actually time to speak about things. That there was no judgment. No one thought that you were stupid for any question that you could ask. People that I met at Alpha who were very, very new to faith and really were still asking big questions. For me, I was quite an anxious person. I used to have panic attacks quite a lot, and I have not had a panic attack for years. I am way more grateful for lots of the things which happened to me. I think I worry less about the little stuff, and I really just enjoy God's gifts, whether that's big things and little things. And can't now imagine living how I'd lived before, and I can't imagine making decisions where God wasn't at least part of what I was thinking about. I think I'm just more content, happier in life since becoming a Christian. I remember it was Tim actually said, if you've not been baptised and you come to church, make that the next step of your journey. Like that could be the next thing that you need to do. And I was like, yeah, that's it, gotta do it. And it was one of those things, I was like, oh, it's still a bit scary. Like, at that point I was like, yeah, really secure in my faith. I know that I'm a Christian. I know that God's real, He's good, He's got it. But goodness, it was like, okay, it's still a big decision. All of my family were there, even people who really wouldn't consider themselves Christians, and the same with my friends. So yeah, best yes ever. I think now as a Christian, it's easier for me to see where God was, sort of when I didn't know Him. All of those little steps which have lined up, and now I'm sat here at church. Just incredible, thinking back. as a medical student, as someone who wants to be a doctor, my faith definitely helps me in some of the challenging bits, like realising that there's limits to us having answers as doctors, there's limits to us knowing the answers as humans, but there's no limit to God's answer to things. I think that helps. Having that faith perspective of knowing that God is good. He loves every person that's in that hospital, every person that's in the GP surgery. Even if they're not aware of it, God is with them, and knowing that it's going to be good in the end is just a revelation. I never feel alone. I never feel like I need to panic or worry about things, but that consistency that he has, that he's with me in all aspects of my life, that he's so close all of the time, is just like, that's what I think I'm at now. That's how I think I know him best, is this just closeness, this close security.